Did your swap?
All set? You guys all set? Call the meeting to order for the Village of Round Lake Beach. This is our board meeting for Monday, April 28th, 2014. Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Here.
Trustee Valdez.
Here.
Trustee Smith.
Here.
Trustee Butler. Trustee Mount.
Here.
Trustee Mattingly.
Here.
Mayor Hill.
Here. Let the record show a quorum is present. Would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Mayor.
Motion by Trustee Medley, second by Trustee Mount. Any corrections, clarifications? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the agenda is approved as written. We have the council meeting minutes from April 14th, 2014. Just one quick correction. Listed Chief Bittler instead of Chief Hare. We'll get that corrected in there. Any other corrections or clarifications? If not, is there a motion to approve as corrected?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Smith,
Second.
second by Trustee Valdez. Any corrections or clarifications? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, those are also approved. Tonight, we have no expenditures, no ratifications, so we'll move on to our standing committee reports. Trustee Mount,
Well, I do have a SWACO report tonight.
a short Swalco's report?
Somewhat,
Fancy that.
somewhat. It's on a short little small piece of paper. It is estimated that nearly 85% of all clothing and textiles end up in landfills throughout the United States. The EPA estimates that the average person throws away 70 pounds of clothing each year. So SWACO has partnered with Chicago Textile Recycling to recycle clothing and textiles. And we're not talking good stuff. We're talking the old stuff you've been wearing outside with holes and, you know, of course, maybe that's when kids want the blue jeans, but, you know, things that you cannot wear anymore. There's a whole list of acceptable clothing and textiles that we'll take. You can look at swalco.org and see that list. There are some items we don't want, like pillows and sleeping bags, mattresses, carpets, things like that. But we do have a collection box. It's now located at our Public Works at 911 Lotus in Round Lake Beach for the collection of these clothing and textiles. It is going to be a fundraiser for the village. We will be paid and approximately 80 cents a pound. So as we fill that up. So, you know, I've told a couple people, you know, if it's good enough for someone else, take it over to Goodwill. If it's not good enough, then bring it to, you know, our collection box in Round Lake Beach. So that way we help everybody. Electronic collection also at Round Lake Beach Public Works, 24/7. And household chemical waste collections by appointment at our Esther Street facility.
In Gurnee.
Huh?
In Gurnee.
In
Esther
Gurnee.
Street, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. At our Esther Street facility in Gurnee. It's off 41. Our last Saturday, we had a household chemical collection in Fox Lake. It was very well attended, over 400 cars. And in May, there's going to be one in Vernon Hills. I don't have that date. It's probably at swalco.org, but it's coming up. But for all your SWACO needs, swalco.org, and remember, recycle first, trash last. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Mount. Any other announcements tonight? Okay, we'll move right ahead then. Mayor's report tonight, we have two items there. The first is a resolution recognizing National Police Week 2014. Could we have Clerk Cleveland please read that?
Sure. A resolution recognizing National Police Week 2014 and to honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Whereas the Congress and President of the United States have designated May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day and the week in which May 15th falls as National Police Week. And whereas the members of the law enforcement agency of the Village of Round Lake Beach play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of its citizens. And whereas there are more than 900,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States. Whereas on average over the past 10 years, some 1,501 officers have died, resulting in an average of one death every 58 hours or 150 deaths per year. And whereas since the first recorded death in 1791, more than 20,000 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty. And whereas in 2013, 100 officers were killed in the line of duty. And whereas it is important that all citizens know and understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of their law enforcement agency, and that members of our law enforcement agency recognize their duty to serve the people by safeguarding life and property, by protecting them against violence and disorder, and by protecting the innocent against deception and the weak against oppression. And whereas the men and women of the Police Department of the Village of Round Lake Beach unceasingly provide a vital public service. Now therefore, I, Mayor Richard H. Hill, Mayor of the Village of Round Lake Beach, call upon all its citizens and upon all patriotic, civic, and educational organizations to observe the week of May 11, 2014 as Police Week with appropriate ceremonies and observances in which all of our people may join in commemorating law enforcement officers, past and present, who by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and in so doing have established for themselves as an enviable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. I further call upon all citizens of Round Lake Beach to observe Thursday, May 15th, 2014 as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of those law enforcement officers who, through their courageous deeds, have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to their community or have become disabled in the performance of duty. And let us recognize and pay respect to the survivors of our fallen heroes. Therefore, be it resolved that the Village Board formally declares May 11th to 17, 2014 as Police Week in the Village of Round Lake Beach and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in our community and in communities across the nation.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I think I heard trustee Husk got that first, and trustee Smith. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's approved. Thank you. And it's not just the board here, but all the residents do appreciate everything the police officers do for us, and it can be a very dangerous business, and we appreciate that they go out there. As I always say, there's not the people that run towards the trouble. Most people are running away from the trouble. Those guys are running towards it to help protect us all. So thank you for that. Item 2 is a proclamation proclaiming May as Motorcycle Awareness Month.
The month of May this year, 2014, as Motorcycle Awareness Month. Whereas safety is the highest priority for the highways and streets of our village and state, and whereas the great state of Illinois is proud to be a national leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness. And whereas motorcycles are a common and economical means of transportation that reduces fuel consumption and road wear and contributes in a significant way to the relief of traffic and parking congestion. And whereas it is especially meaningful that the citizens of our village and state be aware of motorcycles on the roadways and recognize the importance of motorcycle safety. And whereas the members of Abate, Illinois Incorporated, a brotherhood aimed toward education, continually promote motorcycle safety, education, and awareness in high school drivers' education programs and to the general public in our village and state, presenting motorcycle awareness programs to over 100,000 participants in Illinois over the past 5 years. And whereas all motorcyclists should join Abate of Illinois in actively promoting the safe operation of motorcycles, as well as promoting motorcycle safety, education, awareness, and respect of the citizens of our village and state. And whereas the motorcyclists of Illinois have contributed extensive volunteerism and money to national and community charitable organizations. And whereas during the month of May, all roadway users should unite in the safe sharing of roadways within the village of Round Lake Beach and throughout the great state of Illinois. Therefore, I, Richard H. Hill, Mayor of the Village of Round Lake Beach in the great state of Illinois, in recognition of 27 years of Abate of Illinois Incorporated and over 615,000 registered motorcyclists statewide, and in recognition of the continued role Illinois serves as a leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, do hereby proclaim the month of May this year, 2014, as Motorcycle Awareness Month.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Mount. Second by trustee Valdez. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Just also a reminder, this weekend and next weekend, Mobileye has their carnival going on. It's a big fundraiser for them, where they earn quite a bit of money. So if you have any family or friends, especially with children, make sure you remind them to get on out there. I know the weather's not gonna be quite what they wanted it to be.
You know it's gonna rain.
Yeah, maybe the second weekend will be better for them. We'll wait and see. Yeah, keep
Carnival's
our
in
fingers
town.
crossed.
Usually that way, I don't know why, they usually have pretty yucky weather the first weekend.
Is there a clerk's report tonight?
No report tonight, thank you.
Okay, we move right on our items of business then. We have item A, is a resolution declaring certain information technology equipment as surplus. Our staff have gone through a lot of the unused equipment and have determined that it's no longer of any use to the village or any of the departments, and it'll either be sold or most likely recycled. A lot of it's older stuff that's really no value to anyone. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Smith,
Second.
second by trustee Mount. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
That's approved 5-0. Item B is a resolution authorizing the lease agreement with Konica Minolta for 2 multifunction copiers. We're gonna be upgrading the 2 copiers over at the police station. The other ones are pretty old. We're gonna get more functions out of the new ones. It's gonna cost a little bit more every month. It's gonna cost a whole $1 more per month, so I think we can afford that, and it was a great job. Thank you, staff over here, for making that work for us. So for $12 a year, we have new copiers and a lot better service. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Valdez,
Second.
second by trustee Husk. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Smith.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item C is a resolution approving the appropriation of funds for the purchase of 1 5-yard dump truck and snowplow, liquid tank, and salt spreader from Rush Truck Center's Municipal Fleet Services in an amount not to exceed $129,654. Our old 5-yard truck is getting very old right now. It's not capable of really handling the plowing anymore. So we'll move that into another work category where it can still be of use to the village, but not doing the plowing. And this new one will take over that rough, heavy-duty work. It's a very good truck. It's through the state purchase, and we got a good price on it. And this one will be doing a 5-year lease on it, so we pay over 5 years, because it's a big chunk of money to try to pay all at once. Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
Motion by trustee Husk, second by trustee Smith. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Smith.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. And item D is the Illinois Department of Transportation resolution for maintenance of street and highways by municipality under the Illinois Highway Code 2014 MFT resurfacing. We're going to be resurfacing a couple of roads in the town this year, but we need to get IDOT approval since we're using the motor fuel tax funds, so we have to pass this. The project consists of resurfacing Beverly Drive from West Lakeshore Drive to Oakwood, Golfview Drive to Beverly Drive, to Golfview Drive from Beverly Drive to North Channel Drive, and Mayfield Drive from Village Drive to Hillwood. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by trustee Smith, second by trustee Mount. Any questions? Did I have all that right, Chris? Thank you. No questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
That's approved 5-0. We do have an executive session tonight, but before that, it is open to public participation. Anyone who has a question or comment for the board, please step to the microphone, give your name and address for the record, and either state your comment or ask your question. Good evening.
My name is Jim Stockwell. I live at 629 Oakwood Drive, and which is just adjacent to the property of Ellis School. And that's where my question is. I've lived in this community, I lived at that address for 34 years. All of my 4 children went to that school. And I'm concerned about the safety issue there because every day Oakwood Drive and the streets perpendicular off Oakwood Drive get overwhelmed by cars picking up children. And there's kids all over the street. I know I talked to a police officer, a lieutenant, and at one time they did the same thing on Lotus and it didn't work, and it ain't working on Oakwood. And my question is, why, I know that you don't want to interfere with that big playing field that belongs to the school, but why can't the parking would be on the south side of Ellis School, why can't it wrap around the building to the rear and exit out on the east side, or on the north side of the building? So it wouldn't interfere with bus traffic. You could have additional teacher parking up against the building and a turnaround on the perimeter where people could come in there and.
And we fully
Pick up
agree
their
with what
kids.
you're saying. We've actually worked with the sanitary district to get some property from the sanitary district for them to have more parking over there. We have no control over that whatsoever. That's a school district. You have to go talk to the school board about doing that. We've given them several suggestions. They either say they don't have the money or don't have the land. Perhaps if they hear from the residents directly, that might urge them to do something over there. Dave, with the land for the sanitary district, where's that at right now?
It should be coming to the village board on May 12th to approve the agreements for lagoons. That's part of the deal,
Okay.
is the replaying the land. So probably within the next 45, 60 days, but that depends on the school district's calendar about accepting the property.
So hopefully, once they get some property from, it's right along Lotus Drive there, the sanitary district, there's property just a little bit south of the school right now. You're gonna
Yes.
get them a long strip right there. And so hopefully they will take action on that, and also hopefully they will do something during the summer months, so next fall we won't have the same issue we've been having for the last 6 years.
So the land behind the school, which also butts up to the, what used to be, I guess, a water treatment, whatever that is there?
Sanitary,
That property is also there, is back there?
that's part of the sanitary, Round Lake Area Sanitary District, yes, but they can't get property back there. They don't have enough room. They're actually digging that whole thing out and restructuring it. We're putting about $6 million worth of money into that back there to improve our sanitary system and the water flow through there. But right along Lotus, they do have room. Now going back behind the building, I don't know how much room they have. Again, that's something you have to talk to the school board about. I highly recommend you get some neighbors together and go see them.
Okay. Thank you.
If there's anything else we can do for you, let me know.
And that their offices are over by the high school there, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Okay, if there's nothing else, then we do have executive session tonight for probable pending litigation, land acquisition, executive session minutes, and personnel. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
Second.
Motion by trustee Smith, second by trustee Valdez. Please call the roll.
Trustee Smith.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Mattingly.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
It is approved. We will be in executive session. When we come out, we do have on our agenda action on executive session items, which we may or may not take any action. But right now, we will be in executive session. You're welcome to stay, but it's not required.